Good morning, everyone. Good morning, teacher. Today we are going to explain the story writing in format PPT, and this group is formed by my person, Mateo Marrul, Ayumi Kohama, Grace Alba, Marilia Sayan, and Angel Sandoval. And Angel is going to start this presentation. Go ahead.
Usage. Entertainment. Stories are written to entertain readers, taking them to imaginary worlds and fascinating adventures. They provide an escape from reality and bring joy to many. Education. Stories are used in education to teach moral lessons, concepts, and skills in an accessible and engaging way. They help make learning more enjoyable and memorable. Culture and tradition. Storytelling preserves and transmits the story and traditions of a culture. Communication. Stories help communicate complex ideas in an understandable and memorable way. Purpose. Personal expression. Readers use storytelling to express their unique thoughts, feelings, and perspectives. Emotional connection. Stories can create an emotional bond between the reader and the characters, citations, or messages. Social reflection. Stories serve as mirror of society, addressing social, political, and cultural issues. Empathy and understanding. Stories help readers put themselves in others' shoes, fostering empathy and understanding. Catharsis. Both readers and readers can find emotional relief by processing experience through narrative. Reading areas. Interactive narratives. The rise of digital technologies has led to interactive stories where readers can influence the course of the narrative. Examples include video games and interactive online stories. Transmedia narratives. Stories that span multiple platforms, books, movies, series, comics, create a rich and more complete narrative universe. Digital platforms. Platforms like Wattpad and Amazon Kindle allow readers to publish and share their work with a global audience, bypassing traditional publishing barriers.
Here we have some vocabulary nouns with pictures to help relate them to writing stories, like experience, childhood, friendship, achievement, dialogue, and journey. We have exercise to help differentiate when to use each vocabulary word. Next, we have vocabulary for idiomatic expressions such as cut to the chase, get to the point, hit the nail on the head, to be exactly right, in the blink of an eye, very quickly, the best of both worlds, having all the advantages, and under the weather, feeling sick. We also have exercise to practice this vocabulary, and we have vocabulary for verb patterns such as verb plus object plus infinitive with to, used to describe an action that someone or something intends to do as part of the story. Then we have verb plus object plus verb infinitive without to, used to narrate an immediate action that follows the main verb in the story, and verb plus preposition plus gerund, ing form, used to depict ongoing actions or state within the narrative. For phrasal verb, we have look forward to be excited about something in the future, give up, to stop trying, and turn out to result in a particular way. We also have examples to show how to use these words in a sentence. And finally, we have context-related collocation with their meanings and an interactive exercise to complete sentences.
Okay, so for the structure in paragraph plan, for this story writing, the structure is the title, we have the context, we have the place, the person, when it happened, and so on. Then we have the action about what happened, what was the problem, or what the characters have to solve or overcome, or the tension. And last, we have the ending about how the problem was solved, how the characters felt when everything was over. Also, we have to use the in verb tense in the past, telling how was the story. We can use past simple, past continuous, part the past perfect. Also, we can add some adjective to give more characteristics about how the characters felt or how was the situation, right? We have dialogues using indirect speech or using adverbs about slowly, quickly, nervously, quietly, humbly, kindly, carefully, and so on. Also, we can use connectors. For example, in the first paragraph, we can use the openings. For example, it all began when, and so on. Or it was a freezing winter night when, and we continue. In the second, we can use initial ideas, for example, to describe how the situation was going on. For example, at first, after a while, then, at the moment, or when something happened in that very situation, we can use when suddenly, all of a sudden, out of the blue. And for the third paragraph, we use the conclusions when it all was over, finally. And here we have a writing sample using the opening, the initial ideas, the conclusion, the verb tenses, the adjective, the adverbs, the connectors, and so on. Now, my partner will do the presentation about the hot tips.
We know writing a story can become a complete challenge for many. That's why we want to share some tips to make your story successful. Use own terms. Writing in the same way you speak is essential for your story to have the naturalness that readers expect when they read. Start with a scene that captures the reader's attention. A good story always starts with a striking event that is captivating for the reader. This is the best way to hook the reader so they become interested in what follows. Pay attention to spelling and grammar. Although it is not essential to have perfect spelling to be able to read a story, the reader needs to understand what he or she is reading. That is why the correct use of punctuation marks, accent marks, and the correct use of sentence structure is important.